Welcome to 101 Random Facts That You Would Not Believe Are Real. Let's begin. Fact 1. The Earth's surface is dominated by water, with oceans covering about 70% of it. These massive bodies of salt water play a crucial role in regulating the planet's temperature, distributing heat through currents, and absorbing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Oceans also support a vast array of life, from microscopic plankton to giant whales. Despite their importance, scientists believe we have explored only a small fraction of their depths, leaving much of this aquatic realm a mystery. Fact 2. The average depth of the world's oceans reaches about 12,000 feet, which is roughly the height of 8 Empire State Buildings stacked end to end. That's over 2 miles beneath the surface. The pressure at those depths is immense, more than 1,000 times greater than at sea level, and the water is pitch black. Yet, life manages to survive there. Deep-sea creatures have adapted in astonishing ways to the cold, darkness, and crushing pressure. Fact 3. Despite all our technological advances, less than 5% of the ocean has been explored by humans. Most of what we know comes from satellite data and sonar mapping, but these tools only scratch the surface. The ocean's depths hold countless secrets, unknown species, hidden geological formations, and possibly even remnants of ancient civilizations. It's often said we know more about the surface of Mars than the bottom of our own seas, and that may be true. Fact 4. Strange as it sounds, lakes and rivers do exist beneath the ocean, formed by ultra-salty brine that's much denser than the seawater around it. These underwater rivers flow along the seabed, complete with shorelines, currents, and even waterfalls. Found in areas like the Gulf of Mexico, they create surreal, alien-like environments where only specially adapted marine life can survive. These brine pools are so salty and toxic to regular fish that they appear to be completely lifeless. Fact 5. In shallow waters, coral reefs are exposed to intense sunlight, which can be harmful to the algae living inside them. To shield these algae, corals produce special fluorescent proteins that function like sunscreen. These proteins absorb and scatter ultraviolet radiation, preventing damage to the algae, which in return provide nutrients through photosynthesis. This natural defense mechanism helps coral reefs survive in brightly lit, tropical waters and contributes to their stunning, glowing colors often seen in reef ecosystems. Fact 6. The ocean holds an estimated 20 million tons of gold, dissolved in incredibly tiny concentrations. This gold is spread so thin that extracting it would cost far more than it's worth. If somehow all of it could be collected and divided equally, every person on Earth would receive roughly 9 pounds of gold. Scientists are fascinated by how this precious metal ended up in the sea, with theories involving underwater vents, erosion, and particles from meteorite impacts. Fact 7. Though it may sound like a pirate's dream, the ocean holds so much gold that if it were evenly distributed among Earth's population, each person would receive about 9 pounds. However, this treasure is so diluted, mere parts per trillion, that no current technology can mine it efficiently. The idea remains a tantalizing what-if scenario, illustrating just how vast and mysterious the ocean is. It's a reminder that nature holds unimaginable riches, though they often remain out of reach. Fact 8. Every winter, great white sharks from the California coast travel to a remote area in the Pacific Ocean known as the White Shark Cafe. Scientists discovered this gathering spot in 2002, and it remains a mystery why the sharks congregate there. They may be mating, socializing, or hunting in deep waters. The name is humorous, but the behavior is real. These apex predators travel thousands of miles just to hang out in the same mid-ocean zone. Fact 9. Stretching from Indonesia to Colombia, the widest point of the Pacific Ocean spans an astonishing 12,300 miles. That's more than 5 times the diameter of the Moon. This enormous stretch of water influences global weather patterns, supports diverse ecosystems, and connects numerous continents. Its size makes it a major player in climate systems such as El Niño and La Niña, which impact weather across the globe. Despite its vastness, much of it remains unexplored. Fact 10. The Moon has a diameter of about 2,100 miles, while the widest stretch of the Pacific Ocean is over 12,000 miles. That makes the Pacific more than 5 times wider than the Moon itself. This comparison puts into perspective just how massive Earth's oceans really are. The Pacific is the largest and deepest ocean on the planet, covering more area than all of the continents combined. It's truly one of Earth's greatest features. Fact 11. Deep beneath the ocean's surface, hydrothermal vents spew superheated water that can reach temperatures up to 750 degrees Fahrenheit. These vents form where tectonic plates shift and allow seawater to seep into the Earth's crust, heat up, and shoot back out. Despite the extreme heat and pressure, unique ecosystems thrive there, including tube worms, crabs, and bacteria that rely on chemical reactions instead of sunlight. These vents offer clues about how life may exist on other planets. Fact 12. It's a lesser-known fact that human brains naturally shrink with age, particularly after the age of 60. But factors like chronic loneliness and social isolation can accelerate this process. Studies show that people who lack regular social interaction may experience more rapid cognitive decline and reduced brain volume. The brain is highly responsive to mental and emotional engagement, so staying socially active and mentally stimulated isn't just good for your mood. It helps preserve brain function over time. Fact 13. Although eardrums are part of the auditory system, they're subtly connected to eye movements. Researchers have found that when people shift their gaze, tiny movements occur in the eardrum. This phenomenon, called embryos, eye movement-related eardrum oscillations, may help the brain coordinate visual and auditory information. It's like your ears listen in sync with your eyes, fine-tuning your ability to pinpoint sounds in space. This surprising connection reveals how intertwined our senses really are. Fact 14. Over the average human lifespan of about 80 years, the heart performs an astonishing feat. It beats more than 2.5 billion times. That's around 100,000 beats per day. This muscular organ tirelessly pumps blood through over 60,000 miles of vessels, delivering oxygen and nutrients to every corner of the body. Unlike other muscles, the heart never takes a break. Its unwavering rhythm is what keeps us alive every moment of every day. Fact 15. Your nose is far more powerful than you might think. Scientists estimate that the average human nose can distinguish over 1 trillion different scents. This incredible ability is thanks to about 400 types of scent receptors in the nose, which combine in countless ways. From the smell of fresh-baked bread to the unique scent of rain on dry earth, our sense of smell influences memory, emotion, and even taste, making it one of the most underrated senses. Fact 16. Your lips are among the most sensitive parts of your body. In fact, they contain hundreds of times more nerve endings than your fingertips. This high sensitivity explains why lips are so responsive to touch, temperature, and texture. It's also why kissing feels so intense and why babies explore the world by putting things in their mouths. Lips are thin-skinned, richly supplied with blood, and play a major role in communication, both verbal and emotional. Fact 17. Unlike bones, which stop growing after puberty, cartilage, the flexible tissue found in the nose and ears, continues to grow throughout your life. That's why older people often appear to have larger noses and ears. Gravity also plays a role, gradually elongating these features over decades. While this growth is slow and subtle, it's a fascinating example of how different types of tissue age differently. So yes, your nose and ears really do keep on growing with time. Fact 18. In the insect world, the termite queen holds one of the longest lifespans, up to 50 years. While worker termites may live just 1 or 2 years, the queen's life is astonishingly long for such a small creature. During her lifetime, she lays thousands of eggs daily, ensuring the survival and expansion of her colony. Her body is specialized for reproduction, and she is constantly tended to by worker termites. It's a remarkable display of biological dedication. Fact 19. Most termites don't share the queen's longevity. Worker and soldier termites typically live only 1 to 2 years. Despite their short lives, they play crucial roles within the colony, from gathering food and defending the nest to grooming the queen. Their lifespan may be brief, but their impact is vital. Termites also help decompose dead plant material, making them important for the ecosystem. Without them, organic matter would pile up, and nutrient cycles would be disrupted. Fact 20. It's a common myth that camels store water in their humps, but in reality, those humps are full of fat. This fat serves as a vital energy reserve when food is scarce. When the camel metabolizes the fat, water is produced as a byproduct, which helps with hydration. Camels also conserve water by producing dry feces and concentrated urine. Their incredible ability to survive in arid deserts comes from physiological efficiency, not water tanks in their backs. Number 21, the bees are astonishing aviators, capable of flying at altitudes exceeding 29,500 feet, higher than the summit of Mount Everest. While they typically stay close to flowers in low elevations, researchers have observed them functioning at extreme heights in controlled experiments. These tiny creatures adjust their wing motions and stroke amplitude to maintain lift in thinner air. Their flight capabilities are not only impressive for their size, but also help explain their resilience in varied environmental conditions. Number 22, sloths, though famously slow, have a surprising superpower. They can hold their breath for up to 40 minutes underwater. This is possible because sloths can reduce their heart rate by about 50%, significantly slowing their metabolism and conserving oxygen. In contrast, dolphins, known for their aquatic grace, surface for air roughly every 10 minutes. Sloths' ability is an adaptation for predator avoidance, allowing them to hide beneath the water in peace. It's a remarkable trait for such a mellow creature. Number 23. Dolphins are mammals, which means they must breathe air just like humans. On average, they surface every 10 minutes to inhale through their blowholes, although some can hold their breath for longer periods depending on the species and activity level. Their breathing is conscious, not automatic, meaning they decide when to breathe. This is essential for life in the ocean, enabling them to dive deeply when hunting and return to the surface in time to replenish their oxygen. Number 24. The moon, long thought to be geologically dead, once had active volcanoes. Scientists believe volcanic activity occurred as recently as 100 million years ago, quite recent in planetary terms. These eruptions shaped much of the moon's surface, leaving behind vast, dark plains known as lunar maria. Unlike Earth's volcanoes, lunar eruptions were caused by internal heat gradually escaping from the moon's core. This discovery has altered our understanding of lunar history and suggests the moon was once more dynamic than imagined. Number 25, mouse melons, also known as cucamelons, look like miniature watermelons, but are no larger than a grape. Native to Central America, they have a unique citrusy flavor that's a cross between cucumber and lime. Despite their cute appearance, these plants are tough and easy to grow, thriving in warm climates. Often eaten raw, pickled, or tossed into salads, they're packed with antioxidants and fiber. Their unusual look and refreshing taste have made them popular in gardens and gourmet kitchens alike. Number 26. The kangaroo mouse is a desert-dwelling rodent that never needs to drink water. Native to the arid regions of the southwestern United States, it survives by extracting all necessary moisture from the seeds it consumes. Its kidneys are highly efficient, producing extremely concentrated urine to conserve water. This remarkable adaptation allows the kangaroo mouse to live in environments where temperatures soar and rainfall is scarce. It's one of nature's cleverest examples of survival without direct access to drinking water. Number 27. In Hong Kong, where space is at a premium, a single parking spot was purchased for close to $1 million. Measuring just 135 square feet, the spot was located near the city's fifth tallest building. This mind-boggling price reflects the city's sky-high property values and limited availability of land. In some districts, real estate is so expensive that parking spaces are considered investments. That single parking space cost more than most luxury homes elsewhere in the world. Number 28. The world's most expensive hot dog comes from Seattle, Washington, and carries a price tag of $169. This gourmet creation features a Wagyu beef sausage, topped with foie gras, truffle oil, caviar, and edible gold flakes, all nestled in a custom-made brioche bun. Far from a standard ballpark snack, this hot dog is a culinary indulgence meant more for extravagance than everyday dining. It's a novelty item beloved by food enthusiasts and curious eaters with deep pockets. Number 29. In an impressive feat of speed and precision, an Australian barista set a world record by making 420 cappuccinos in 1 hour. That's over 7 drinks per minute without sacrificing quality. This record showcases the incredible skill and endurance required in the specialty coffee industry. Each cappuccino had to meet professional standards, complete with foamed milk and espresso. The event was also a celebration of barista culture, where craftsmanship and efficiency combine to deliver the perfect cup. Number 30. It may sound unbelievable, but if you rub a cut clove of garlic on your feet, you could eventually taste it. This strange phenomenon occurs because allicin, the compound responsible for garlic's distinct aroma, is small and oil-soluble, allowing it to be absorbed through the skin. Once absorbed, it enters the bloodstream and circulates throughout the body, including the mouth. The process may take a few minutes, but it's a quirky illustration of how deeply interconnected our body systems are. Number 31. Lobsters taste using sensors located on their feet. These chemoreceptors help them detect chemicals in the water, allowing them to taste the ocean floor as they walk. They also have similar sensors on their antennae, which assist in locating food. This adaptation is crucial for survival in murky underwater environments where vision is limited. So while we associate taste with the tongue, for lobsters, their feet are their flavor guide, proving that evolution finds incredible solutions in even the oddest places. Number 32. Archaeologists have discovered chewing gum that is over 10,000 years old, made from birch bark tar. Used by ancient humans in Scandinavia, this natural gum was likely chewed for medicinal purposes or to relieve toothaches. Some samples even contain tooth imprints and preserved DNA, offering clues about prehistoric diets and health. This early form of gum shows how humans have long found ways to soothe discomfort and perhaps even enjoy small indulgences, long before modern candy aisles existed. Number 33. Black diamond apples are not your average fruit. They appear almost black, though technically a deep purple. Grown in the high-altitude orchards of Tibet, these apples owe their dark color to ultraviolet light exposure and dramatic temperature shifts between day and night. Their taste is sweet with a touch of tartness, and their dense, crisp texture makes them a delicacy. Due to limited production and remote growing conditions, they are rare and expensive, often sold as luxury items in select markets. Number 34. There is a naturally pink lake in Australia called Lake Hillier. Its vibrant cotton candy hue is not a trick of the light, but a result of pigmented algae known as Dunaliella salina. These microorganisms produce carotenoids, the same chemicals found in carrots, which tint the water pink. Unlike other colored lakes, Lake Hillier retains its rosy shade, even when bottled. Though the water is safe to touch, swimming is restricted to preserve the lake's unique ecological balance. Number 35. The average cloud weighs more than 1 million pounds. That weight comes from tiny water droplets or ice crystals suspended in the air. Despite their massive size, clouds float because the air beneath them is denser than the cloud itself. The water in a single cumulus cloud could fill several swimming pools. It's amazing to think that something so light and fluffy-looking can hold so much weight, drifting silently above us without giving away the burden it carries. Number 36. A farmer named Charles Osborne holds the record for the longest bout of hiccups, which lasted an astonishing 68 years. His hiccups began in 1922 after a fall and didn't stop until 1990. At their peak, he hiccuped up to 40 times per minute. Despite the condition, he maintained a relatively normal life, even marrying twice and having children. Though doctors tried various treatments, none worked, until the hiccups mysteriously stopped just a year before his death. Number 37. A million seconds is roughly 12 days, but a billion seconds is nearly 32 years. This illustrates how vast the difference is between a million and a billion, far more than people often realize. The comparison is a favorite among educators to help students grasp large numbers. While both are often casually mentioned together, they belong in entirely different categories when it comes to scale. This time-based perspective shows just how massive a billion truly is. Number 38. Human teeth, although much smaller, are as strong as shark teeth in terms of hardness. Both are made of a mineral called hydroxyapatite, which is incredibly durable. The enamel on human teeth is the hardest substance in the human body, designed to withstand the forces of biting and chewing. While we may not tear through flesh like sharks, our teeth are adapted for grinding, slicing, and lasting a lifetime, provided we take care of them with proper hygiene. Number 39. In early American history, tomatoes were mistakenly believed to be poisonous. This was partly due to the fact that they belong to the nightshade family, which includes several toxic plants. Wealthy colonists also used pewter plates, which reacted poorly with the tomato's acidity, leaching lead into the food. This led to illness and reinforced the myth. It wasn't until the 19th century that tomatoes gained popularity in American cuisine, eventually becoming a staple ingredient in countless dishes. Number 40. Cows have distinctive vocal patterns, and studies suggest they can develop regional accents. Just like humans, cows communicate through pitch, tone, and rhythm, which can vary depending on their environment and social group. Farmers have noticed that cows from different herds or regions have slightly different moos. This phenomenon highlights the complexity of animal communication and social bonding within herds. It also reflects how animals, like humans, are influenced by their surroundings in ways we're still learning to understand. Number 41. A giraffe's tongue can measure up to 20 inches in length, making it perfectly suited for grasping leaves from tall trees. The tongue is also prehensile, allowing giraffes to skillfully strip foliage from branches. Its dark bluish color helps prevent sunburn, which is important when feeding for hours under the hot African sun. In addition to leaves, giraffes use their tongues for grooming and cleaning their nostrils. It's an incredibly versatile tool for one of nature's tallest mammals. Number 42. A species of jellyfish known as Turritopsis dohrnii is considered biologically immortal. When injured or threatened, it can revert its cells to an earlier stage of development, essentially starting its life cycle over. This process, called transdifferentiation, allows it to avoid death from aging. While it can still be killed by predators or disease, its ability to reset its biological clock fascinates scientists studying aging and regeneration. It's one of the most unusual survival mechanisms found in marine life. Number 43. Earth's rotation is gradually slowing down due to the gravitational pull of the moon. As a result, days are becoming slightly longer, by about 1.7 milliseconds per century. If this trend continues, in approximately 175 million years, a single day on Earth will last 25 hours. This slow shift is not something we notice in daily life, but it's a reminder that even the most constant aspects of our world are subject to change over time. Number 44. Surprisingly, there are more trees on Earth than stars in the Milky Way galaxy. Scientists estimate that our planet is home to around 3 trillion trees, while the Milky Way contains about 100 billion stars. This staggering tree count was calculated using satellite imagery and field data, revealing just how forested Earth still is, despite deforestation. Trees play a vital role in absorbing carbon dioxide, producing oxygen, and maintaining biodiversity, making them essential to life on this planet. Number 45. When people think of deserts, they usually imagine sandy dunes and blistering heat, but the largest desert on Earth is Antarctica. A desert is defined not by temperature but by low precipitation, and Antarctica receives less than 2 inches of rain or snow annually. Its freezing temperatures and dry conditions make it the driest and coldest desert in the world. Despite its harsh environment, Antarctica supports unique life forms, from microbial communities to hardy mosses and penguins. Number 46. Ostriches do not bury their heads in the sand, despite the popular myth. This misconception likely originated from their nesting behavior. When they lower their heads to turn their eggs or inspect the ground, it can appear from a distance as if their heads are buried. Ostriches actually have excellent vision and are highly alert. When threatened, they are more likely to run at speeds over 40 miles per hour or kick with powerful legs than hide underground. Number 47. The first commercial airplane flight took place in 1914 and lasted just 23 minutes. The aircraft, a Benoist 14 biplane, flew from St. Petersburg to Tampa, Florida, carrying 1 passenger and a sack of mail. The ticket cost $400, a fortune at the time. This short trip marked the beginning of the airline industry, which now carries billions of passengers annually. Though modest, that inaugural flight paved the way for global travel as we know it today. Number 48. Cleopatra lived closer in time to the invention of the smartphone than to the construction of the Great Pyramid of Giza. The pyramid was built around 2560 BCE, while Cleopatra ruled Egypt in the 1st century BCE. That's a gap of over 2,000 years. In contrast, only about 2,000 years separate her reign from the present day. This timeline twist shows how ancient Egypt's history spans an astonishing stretch of human civilization. Number 49. Today, more photographs are taken every 2 minutes than were taken during the entire 19th century. Thanks to smartphones and digital cameras, billions of images are captured daily. In contrast, early photography was expensive, slow, and rare. What once required long exposures and specialized equipment can now be done instantly and shared worldwide. This explosion in visual documentation has changed how we preserve memories, tell stories, and even view history, transforming photography from a luxury into an everyday habit. Number 50. A single strand of human hair can support about 3 ounces of weight. While that may not sound like much, a full head of hair, containing roughly 100,000 strands, could theoretically hold over 6 tons. Hair is composed of keratin, a tough protein also found in nails and animal hooves. Its tensile strength is remarkable, especially considering its fine texture. This strength has inspired engineers and scientists to study hair for use in creating durable synthetic materials. Number 51. Human hair, when combined as a whole, can support up to 12 tons of weight. While this isn't a practical application, it highlights just how strong hair fibers are despite their delicate appearance. The strength lies in the keratin protein structure, which is tightly coiled and resistant to stretching. This resilience has made human hair a subject of study in materials science. In everyday life, hair's durability allows it to withstand brushing, styling, and environmental exposure with surprising toughness. Number 52. The human brain generates enough electrical power to illuminate a small light bulb, approximately 20 watts of continuous output. This electricity comes from chemical reactions involving charged particles called ions that move across neuron membranes. When neurons communicate, they create tiny electrical impulses, known as action potentials. With over 80 billion neurons firing continuously, the combined energy is substantial. Though small in voltage, this steady current is crucial for memory, movement, emotion, and thought. The brain truly functions as a living battery. Number 53. Fingernails grow faster during the summer and on your dominant hand, a phenomenon influenced by blood flow, activity level, and even sunlight exposure. Warmer temperatures increase circulation, which nourishes the nail matrix and accelerates growth. Similarly, the dominant hand is used more frequently, stimulating greater blood flow and minor microtraumas that encourage faster repair and growth. On average, fingernails grow about 1/10 of an inch per month, but seasonal and handedness variations can make a noticeable difference over time. Number 54. The pinky finger may seem small, but it contributes to roughly 50% of your hand's overall strength. It plays a critical role in gripping, lifting, and stabilizing objects, especially when working with tools or holding heavy items. Without the pinky, grip strength is significantly diminished, making tasks like writing, lifting, or even opening jars more challenging. Its position on the outer edge of the hand also provides balance and support during complex hand movements, proving its importance in daily function. Number 55. Your tongue has a unique pattern of ridges and textures that, like fingerprints, are distinct to each individual. These tongue prints are shaped by muscle structure, papillae, tiny bumps, and salivary gland placement. Though not commonly used in biometric identification, tongue prints have been studied for their potential in security systems due to their uniqueness and difficulty to replicate. This fascinating trait adds the tongue to the list of body parts, alongside fingerprints and iris patterns, with unique identifying features. Number 56. The human tongue contains fat tissue, which means it can grow larger if a person gains weight. Researchers have discovered that tongue fat can contribute to sleep apnea by narrowing the airway, especially during rest. This fat is embedded within the muscle layers of the tongue, affecting its shape and flexibility. While the tongue is primarily muscular, the presence of fat tissue plays a role in overall oral health, speech, and breathing. Its composition reflects broader changes in body fat distribution. Number 57, stomach acid is powerful enough to dissolve wood, thanks to its high concentration of hydrochloric acid. With a pH value between 1 and 3, this acid breaks down food, destroys harmful bacteria, and activates enzymes like pepsin to digest proteins. While the stomach lining protects itself with mucus, foreign materials such as wood can begin to degrade under these harsh conditions. However, swallowing wood is extremely dangerous and not recommended. The strength of stomach acid illustrates the intensity of internal digestion systems. Number 58. The total length of blood vessels in the human body is estimated at roughly 100,000 miles. This vast network includes arteries, veins, and capillaries that transport oxygen, nutrients, and waste throughout the body. If stretched end to end, these vessels could circle the Earth more than 4 times. Capillaries alone account for the majority of this length and reach nearly every cell. This intricate system supports circulation, temperature regulation, and immune defense, highlighting the complexity of human physiology. Number 59. Over the course of a lifetime, a human produces enough saliva to fill 2 standard swimming pools, about 25,000 gallons. Saliva plays crucial roles in digestion, taste perception, oral hygiene, and even speaking. It contains enzymes like amylase that begin breaking down carbohydrates before food reaches the stomach. Saliva also neutralizes acids, protects teeth, and helps heal wounds in the mouth. Though often overlooked, it is essential to daily health and comfort, and its production is surprisingly abundant over time. Number 60. Goosebumps, those tiny bumps that appear on your skin when you're cold or emotional, once served a survival purpose for our ancestors. In animals, this reflex causes fur to puff up, making them appear larger to predators or more insulated in cold weather. Humans inherited this response despite lacking a full coat of fur. It is triggered by the erector pili muscles at the base of hair follicles, which contract when the body senses cold or emotional arousal. Number 61. Although it may go unnoticed, you primarily breathe through one nostril at a time, switching every few hours in a process called the nasal cycle. Controlled by the autonomic nervous system, this alternating airflow helps prevent nasal passages from drying out and allows each side to rest. It also enhances the sense of smell by exposing scent receptors to varying airflow. This natural rhythm plays a quiet but important role in respiratory health and olfactory function throughout the day. Number 62. Humans have more than just 5 senses. Scientists recognize over 20 distinct sensory inputs. Beyond sight, smell, taste, touch, and hearing, we experience proprioception, body position, equilibrioception, balance, thermoception, temperature, nociception, pain, and interoception, internal signals like hunger or thirst. Each sense is processed through specialized receptors and brain pathways. These additional senses help us navigate, survive, and respond to our internal and external environments. The expanded view of human perception reveals the remarkable complexity of how we experience the world. Number 63. Experiencing intense happiness or deep sadness can activate similar brain regions, such as the amygdala and prefrontal cortex. Both emotions trigger responses in the limbic system, which controls mood and memory. This overlap explains why people sometimes cry during moments of joy or feel overwhelmed during grief. The brain's emotional processing does not strictly separate positive from negative feelings. Instead, it responds to intensity. These shared pathways highlight how closely linked our emotional experiences truly are in the human mind. Number 64. Unlike other parts of the body, the human eyes remain the same size from birth to adulthood. In contrast, ears and noses continue growing throughout life due to cartilage expansion and gravity. At birth, a baby's eyes are already about 75% of their adult size, which is why infants often appear wide-eyed. As we age, ears and noses elongate subtly each year. These growth patterns reflect the structural differences between soft tissues, cartilage, and bones in the human body. Number 65. All humans originally had brown eyes. The earliest eye color arose from high melanin levels in the iris, which provided protection from the sun's ultraviolet rays. Brown eyes are still the most common globally, especially in regions with intense sunlight. Genetic variation later introduced lighter eye colors, but brown remains dominant in terms of inheritance. This universal origin points to our shared ancestry and the adaptive nature of eye pigmentation in response to environmental conditions and evolutionary pressures. Number 66. Blue eyes are the result of a genetic mutation that likely occurred around 10,000 years ago near the Black Sea. This mutation affected the OCA2 gene, which controls melanin production in the iris. Instead of creating blue pigment, the eye lacks melanin and scatters light, giving the blue appearance. All blue-eyed individuals today can trace their eye color back to this single genetic change. The mutation spread across Europe and parts of Asia, becoming more common in certain populations. Number 67. The research suggests that all blue-eyed people may share a common ancestor who lived between 6,000 and 10,000 years ago. This individual carried a mutation in the HERC2 gene, which regulates melanin production in the eyes. Because this trait is recessive, both parents must have it for blue eyes to appear in offspring. Genetic studies have shown that all blue-eyed individuals examined share the same gene sequence at this location, indicating a single origin for this eye color variation. Number 68. The hyoid bone is the only bone in the human body that does not connect to any other bone. Located in the neck, it is suspended by muscles and ligaments and plays a vital role in speech and swallowing. This small, horseshoe-shaped bone anchors the tongue and supports the larynx. Because of its unique position and mobility, the hyoid is essential for vocal articulation. Its structural independence makes it a rare and fascinating component of human anatomy. Number 69. The bone, for its weight, is stronger than steel. It has an impressive tensile strength and can withstand significant pressure without breaking. A cubic inch of bone can bear loads of over 19,000 pounds before fracturing. This strength comes from its composite structure. Collagen provides flexibility, while calcium phosphate adds hardness. Despite being lightweight, bones are incredibly durable, enabling humans to move, jump, and support body weight. Engineers and architects often study bone architecture for inspiration in designing durable materials. Number 70. Tooth enamel is the hardest substance in the human body, even tougher than bone. Composed mainly of hydroxyapatite, a form of crystalline calcium phosphate, it protects teeth from decay and damage. Enamel allows us to chew hard foods without wearing down our teeth easily. However, it cannot regenerate once damaged, making good dental hygiene essential. Despite being only a few millimeters thick, enamel withstands years of grinding, biting, and exposure to acids, demonstrating incredible endurance in a small surface layer. Number 71. Teeth can last for centuries after death, but unlike bones, they cannot heal themselves. Enamel, the protective outer layer, lacks living cells, so once it is chipped or decayed, it cannot regenerate. This durability makes teeth valuable to archaeologists and forensic scientists, who use them to study ancient diets, health, and even identify remains. While teeth are built to endure, maintaining them requires daily care. Once damaged, they need artificial intervention like fillings or crowns to restore function. Number 72. The human heart can beat around 3 billion times over the course of a typical lifespan. On average, it pumps more than 100,000 times per day, circulating about 2,000 gallons of blood. Despite its relatively small size, about that of a clenched fist, it performs an extraordinary amount of work without rest. This constant activity supplies oxygen and nutrients to tissues while removing waste. Its endurance and reliability make the heart one of the most remarkable organs in the body. Number 73. Your tongue remains active even while you sleep. During rest, it helps maintain an open airway, prevents saliva from pooling, and subtly shifts to keep you from choking. In cases of sleep apnea, the tongue's position can block airflow, which is why its nighttime behavior is clinically important. Though its movements are less intense than when awake, the tongue never truly stops working. This quiet, ongoing activity highlights its role not just in speech and taste, but in nighttime health as well. Number 74. Improper tongue posture, such as allowing it to rest low in the mouth, can contribute to jaw tension, neck pain, and even misaligned teeth. Ideally, the tongue should rest against the roof of the mouth with lips closed and teeth slightly apart. Chronic low tongue posture may strain the muscles of the face and neck, leading to discomfort and poor oral development, especially in children. Myofunctional therapy and awareness training can help correct these habits and support better craniofacial alignment. Number 75. It's impossible to breathe and swallow at the same time due to the structure of the throat. When you swallow, a small flap called the epiglottis closes over the windpipe to prevent food or liquid from entering the lungs. This action temporarily blocks airflow, making simultaneous breathing and swallowing incompatible. This reflex protects the respiratory system and is crucial for preventing choking. Though brief, the pause in breathing occurs every time we swallow, even if we don't notice it. Number 76. The cornea, the transparent front layer of the eye, receives oxygen directly from the air rather than through blood vessels. This unique trait helps keep it clear and unclouded for optimal vision. Instead of relying on blood, the cornea absorbs oxygen from tears and the surrounding atmosphere. Contact lens wearers must be careful not to block this oxygen flow, which is why proper lens hygiene and wearing schedules are important. This oxygenation method illustrates the cornea's delicate balance of function and form. Number 77. Everyone dreams, even if they don't remember it. During rapid eye movement, REM sleep, the brain becomes highly active, creating vivid dream experiences. These mental stories can range from mundane to fantastical, often reflecting emotional states or daily events. Dreaming is believed to help process memories, regulate emotions, and support learning. Some people train themselves to remember dreams through journaling or lucid dreaming techniques. Though often fleeting, dreams are a regular and essential part of the sleep cycle. Number 78. Approximately 50% of dreams are forgotten within the first 5 minutes of waking, and up to 90% disappear within 10 minutes. This rapid fading occurs because the brain's memory centers, especially the hippocampus, are less active during dreaming. Unless a dream is especially vivid or emotionally intense, it is unlikely to be stored in long-term memory. Writing down dreams immediately after waking can help preserve them. This fleeting quality adds to the mystery and fragility of the dream experience. Number 79. When you blush, it's not just your cheeks that turn red. Your stomach lining does too. Blushing is caused by the dilation of blood vessels in response to emotional stimuli, such as embarrassment or excitement. This vasodilation occurs throughout the body, including in internal organs. Though we can't see it, the stomach lining flushes with increased blood flow, just like the face. This involuntary reaction is controlled by the sympathetic nervous system and reflects the body's deep connection between emotion and physiology. Number 80. Humans are the only known species that visibly blush, a response triggered by emotions like embarrassment, shame, or attraction. Blushing involves the expansion of blood vessels in the face, neck, and sometimes chest, resulting in a red or pink hue. It's a uniquely human trait that may have evolved as a form of nonverbal communication, signaling sincerity or remorse. Despite being involuntary, blushing can influence social interactions and may increase trust in certain situations. Its psychological roots remain a subject of ongoing study. Number 81. Over a lifetime, the average human grows roughly 590 miles of hair. Each individual hair grows about half an inch per month, and with around 100,000 follicles on the scalp alone, the cumulative length over decades is extraordinary. This total includes hair from the entire body, not just the head. Though most of it is trimmed or shed, the body constantly replenishes hair growth. This impressive amount underscores how active and resilient hair follicles truly are. Number 82. If a man never shaved throughout his life, his beard could grow up to 30 feet long. Facial hair grows at an average rate of about half an inch per month, or 6 inches per year. Over an average adult lifespan, this adds up significantly. The world record for the longest beard belongs to a man whose facial hair exceeded 18 feet. While few would attempt such a feat, the potential length illustrates the remarkable growth capacity of human hair. Number 83. A single strand of human hair can reveal information about your diet, environment, and even drug use. Hair acts as a biological archive, storing chemical traces from the bloodstream as it grows. By analyzing isotope ratios and other compounds, scientists can determine where someone has lived, what they've eaten, and whether they've been exposed to toxins. This forensic technique is used in archaeology, drug testing, and criminal investigations. Hair's ability to preserve biochemical data adds to its scientific and diagnostic value. Number 84. The average human consumes about 100,000 pounds of food in a lifetime. That's roughly the weight of 6 elephants. This total includes everything from fruits and vegetables to meat, grains, and liquids. Over the decades, these countless meals fuel bodily functions, repair tissues, and support growth. Eating habits vary widely by culture and personal preference, but the cumulative amount reflects how essential and constant nourishment is to survival. Food is not only sustenance, it's a lifelong physiological and social experience. Number 85. The lips have more nerve endings than the fingertips, making them one of the most sensitive parts of the human body. This sensitivity allows for precise detection of texture, temperature, and pressure, which is important for speaking, eating, and kissing. The lips are also highly vascular, contributing to their reddish color and responsiveness. Because of their sensitivity, they play a key role in early development and social bonding. Their tactile acuity is second only to certain areas of the genitals. Number 86. Lips are particularly vulnerable to sun damage because they lack melanin, the pigment that protects skin from ultraviolet rays. The thin skin on the lips doesn't offer much defense against UV exposure, making them prone to burning, dryness, and even skin cancer. Chronic sun exposure can lead to a condition called actinic cheilitis, a precancerous change in lip tissue. That's why dermatologists often recommend using lip balm with SPF. Protecting lips from the sun is essential for long-term health and comfort. Number 87. Just like fingerprints, lip prints are unique to each individual. The patterns of grooves, lines, and textures on the lips differ from person to person, even among identical twins. This distinctiveness allows lip prints to be used in forensic investigations, a field known as chiloscopy. Though not as commonly used as fingerprinting, lip print analysis has been employed in several criminal cases. The individuality of lip patterns adds another layer of uniqueness to human anatomy and biometric identification. Number 88. The surface area of the lungs when fully spread out equals that of a tennis court, about 70 square meters. This expansive area is achieved through the alveoli, tiny air sacs where gas exchange occurs. With around 300 million alveoli in the lungs, the structure maximizes oxygen absorption and carbon dioxide release. This large surface area is necessary to meet the body's oxygen demands, especially during physical exertion. The lungs' efficient design allows for rapid and effective respiration. Number 89. A human sneeze can travel at speeds up to 100 miles per hour, propelling thousands of tiny droplets into the air. These droplets can carry germs several feet, which is why covering your mouth when sneezing is important for hygiene. Sneezing is a reflex triggered by irritation in the nasal passages, and it serves to expel foreign particles such as dust or allergens. The force and speed of a sneeze highlight the power of the body's defense mechanisms. Number 90. It's nearly impossible to sneeze with your eyes open without using force. This reflex is believed to be a protective measure, preventing particles expelled during a sneeze from entering the eyes. The sneeze reflex involves a complex coordination of muscles, including those controlling eyelids. Although some people can override the reflex with effort, the vast majority will instinctively close their eyes. This involuntary response is just one example of how the body synchronizes actions to maintain safety and balance. Number 91. Humans emit a faint glow, known as bioluminescence, although it is invisible to the naked eye. This natural light results from metabolic reactions within cells, especially those involving free radicals. Using sensitive cameras, scientists have captured images of this dim emission, which fluctuates throughout the day. The glow is most visible from the face and cheeks, and is linked to the body's internal clock. Though not detectable without equipment, this subtle radiance is a natural byproduct of living metabolism. Number 92. The human brain is estimated to store the equivalent of 1 million gigabytes of data, comparable to the storage capacity of thousands of modern laptops. This astonishing capability arises not from size, but from the brain's complex network of neurons and synapses, over 100 trillion connections. Memories, emotions, sensory inputs, and learned skills are all encoded within this network. Unlike digital storage, the brain also processes information efficiently, allowing us to recall, associate, and adapt knowledge continuously throughout life. Number 93. Thirst is triggered when you lose just 1% of your body's water content. This seemingly small deficit affects blood volume and prompts the hypothalamus in the brain to signal the sensation of thirst. Even mild dehydration can impair concentration, mood, and physical performance. The body's early warning system helps prevent more serious imbalances, as water is vital for temperature regulation, joint lubrication, and cellular function. Drinking regularly, even before feeling thirsty, supports optimal health and mental clarity. Number 94. Fingers do not contain muscles themselves. Their movement is controlled by muscles located in the forearm. These muscles are connected to the fingers via tendons that run through the wrist and hand. When the forearm muscles contract, they pull on these tendons, enabling fine motor actions like typing, writing, or playing instruments. This anatomical arrangement allows for a combination of strength and precision. It also explains why overuse injuries like carpal tunnel syndrome often involve discomfort in both the hand and forearm. Number 95. The word muscle originates from the Latin word musculus, meaning little mouse. Ancient Romans believed that contracting muscles resembled the movements of mice scurrying under the skin, especially in the arms. This whimsical etymology has endured into modern language. Today, muscles are recognized for their vital roles in movement, posture, and strength. With over 600 muscles in the human body, they allow us to walk, speak, and breathe. Yet the name still carries a glimpse of ancient imagination. Number 96. The average person walks about 110,000 miles in a lifetime, roughly equivalent to circling the Earth more than 4 times. This figure assumes moderate daily activity over 70 to 80 years. Walking supports cardiovascular health, balance, and mental well-being, making it one of the simplest yet most beneficial forms of exercise. Though walking distances vary by lifestyle and culture, the accumulated impact shows how even small daily movements contribute significantly to long-term physical endurance and health. Number 97. In space, the human brain increases in volume by approximately 2% due to the absence of gravity. Without gravitational pull, bodily fluids shift upward, leading to increased pressure in the skull. This phenomenon can affect vision, balance, and cognitive function in astronauts. Researchers study this fluid redistribution to understand how long-term space travel impacts the brain and other organs. These insights are crucial as space missions extend farther and longer, including plans for human travel to Mars and beyond. Number 98. Parosmia is a condition in which individuals perceive most smells as unpleasant or distorted. It often follows viral infections, including colds or COVID-19, and results from damaged olfactory neurons misfiring during the regeneration process. People with parosmia might describe familiar scents, like coffee or chocolate, as rancid or burned. This sensory disruption can significantly affect appetite, nutrition, and emotional well-being. While olfactory training may help rewire the sense of smell, recovery varies widely from person to person. Number 99. Smell is considered the most memorable of all human senses. Studies show that people can recall up to 65% of smells after 1 year, compared to just 50% of visual memories after only a few months. The olfactory system is closely linked to the limbic system, which governs emotion and memory. This anatomical connection explains why certain scents can instantly evoke vivid recollections or strong emotional responses. Smell's lasting impression makes it a powerful trigger for nostalgia and recognition. Number 100. The cells in your nose that detect odor molecules renew themselves approximately every 28 days. Known as olfactory receptor neurons, these cells are among the few types in the nervous system that regenerate regularly. This renewal helps maintain sensitivity to smells, and recover from minor damage caused by environmental irritants or illnesses. However, this ability declines with age, which is why older adults often experience a reduced sense of smell. The nose's self-repairing system supports one of our most ancient senses. Number 101. While asleep, humans do not perceive smells. The olfactory system becomes less responsive during sleep, particularly in deeper stages. This diminished activity explains why strong odors, such as smoke or perfume, are less likely to wake someone than a loud sound. Because of this sensory dormancy, relying on smell-based alarms, like those for gas leaks, is considered unsafe. Understanding how the brain filters sensory input during sleep